Hello, everyone, and welcome to another CCA match. I'm your host today, Butters, joined today with...
Yes, hello. I am the co-host Lagoon, and today we're going to be bringing you a Div 6 match with the NCCS Llamas versus the Axolotls of Athens. Llamas from Newmont College of Computer Science and Axolotls from the University of North Carolina at Greensboro.
We got a
Funnily
back...
enough, sorry, I was just saying, funnily enough, as we just saw, we have another North Carolina Greensboro team playing right tonight, so that's going to be fun to see.
Definitely. It's very, well, it's coming off of the last match. It'll be interesting to see how the other Greensboro team will hold up against the NCCS Llamas. But we'll be having a good match either way.
Yeah, the Axolotls are going to be looking to get some redemption for Bonefish Bay, who were able to bring back Game 7. Sadly, it was still a 3-4 loss to Tiger Prawns. But we can see now if the Axolotls can make up for their loss and take down the Llamas here. As I'm looking at some stats, Butters, we see that Axolotls have gotten a 1-4 loss to CSULB Blue, while the Llamas are currently up one set at 4-2 against the Gluga Gugas. But I'm sure Axolotls is going to be coming back now after they saw their sister team loss, and is going to be looking to prove themselves tonight.
Definitely. They're looking to make it an even score both for both teams. 1-1 for both of them will be the stride for today. Looking to see a lot of specials coming out from Athens of Axolotls, as we have noted here. They've got about a 11 or a 0.11 more specials per minute, which is compared to Llamas, which is going to be interesting for them, especially with their Inkbrush player.
Yeah, the special game here is going to be, especially with the Inkbrush player, the special game is going to be very important. Specials per minute, again, specials are some of the most powerful things you can do in the game. It's going to be interesting to see what specials they're going to be bringing out, though. And it looks like we're going to be also seeing a lot of different weapons used, as both teams have used over 10 unique weapons just in their past set alone. So there's going to be a lot of variety in the weapons they're going to play. So there should be a lot of different action to look forward to on screen here.
Definitely. Especially coming into our map list, we've got a set of actually pretty good maps. Clan Blitz on Inkblot Outer Academy, great start. A lot of, especially for Axolotls Athens with that Inkbrush, being able to play wherever they want very quickly and causing very quick disruption. We'll be able to see some interesting plays coming from them. Then going on to Splat Zones on UCCS Llamas, with their Squeezer player, will be able to take advantage of those long sight lines on that map and are going to be able to look to help take those zones pretty easily without the kit coming from Squeezer.
Yeah, but as we get started here on Clan Blitz Inkbot, it looks like there's not even an Inkbrush player in sight right now. Instead, opting to go with, on the Axolotl side, a Tetris player, which is going to be really useful for getting those reef sliders in onto the ramp of the goal. And Axolotl is going to be looking for those to get the pushes started here, as they're already going one down on the side of Llama, and Axolotl has the reef slider and the strikes ready for a good push. And it looks like even in clan games so far, as now Axolotl is trying to get any space they can to push into the Llama's goal here.
Axolotl is throwing out their reef slider and their strikes to push in here, forcing the ball user to go back just to peel for that charger, as the Tetris are doing their darndest to get that disruption in there. Unfortunately, will be going down. We see a hammer ready on the wiper right here, as they're looking to try and disrupt that slosher on the top right. The edit, unfortunately, was not able to get away from that bucket, as the bucket is looking to push even further. The Chargers taking the left stack and looking to get that ball in there. Ink Strike's coming out along with that Zuka. They have an opening here. Hammer's coming out, going to be stopping the ball, going to get two. Is looking for that last person, is not going to be able to find it, but forcing Team Llamas to go back into their base.
Yeah, and the Llamas got a really good reverse push there. Llamas had 3 of their specials up. I believe they had a Zuka and two strikes up, because they had their ZNF just popped the strikes now. But yeah, the Axolotls were able to use their wiper play to get those 2 picks with the hammer. But now it's kind of a reverse as what we saw in the first minute here, where the Llamas are now pushing up to the stacks. Their bucket players trying to get some picks onto their plat. Charger players getting a little stuck in ink here, dropping back. Slosher's popping strikes. They have a Zuka ready. Both teams have power clans ready. The wipers go down. The slosher goes down. Reef sliders out there from the Tetras. They are staying alive.
Ball goes in.
They get the score, and Axolotls is the first on the board, but it looks like they're not going to be able to follow up, and now Llamas is going to have so much time to gather as many clams as they can. They're going to have the potential to score 3 power clams here if they're able to break the goal and get a good enough push going.
Axolotls of Athens doing a great job at just making sure that this game does not just sit there and play neutral as they get that early clam in there. Bucket players being able to force their Tetras into a terrible spot as they go down. Strikes are in here. Team Llamas has a push here. They get the shot, and the ball goes in, and they get 2 of them!
Double power clam and a wipeout from the Llamas, and they're going to get this lead going very well. They got 2 power clams in and 5 regular clams. Not quite going back for the pity, though. Instead of opting to just grab some clams that are nearby. The NZap's able to score the power clams. The ZNF's able to get them, and now they're slowly getting that lead further and further down. And it looks like this may be the end of the push for the Llamas, but they had a really good opening push here in the first couple minutes here.
Team Axolotl having 2 of their specials to work with. That hammer is devastating, along with that strikes to get them in. The Reef Slider is ready. They have an opportunity here to make a push. They just got to get them clams together and make sure that that bucket goes down. Unfortunately, the Tetras are going to lose their fight against the bucket. 2 down, though, on the side of Llamas. The hammer's out. That's their opportunity. They need to score as the shot's going in for the Charger. That's a wipeout!
That was a really good push from the Axolotls. They used the hammer player to get in perfectly, and then that T-Tech was able to pick off the Charger from the Llamas. Now it's going to be a question of whether they can get their lead back. Getting down to 43, but not quite enough to get it in. Reef Slider tries to come out. It gets canceled. The Edit's the last person up. Axolotls not enough of a push to get lead back, but start to get lead back here in the final minute of this match.
Team Axolotls not out completely, as they do have a very, not too easy, but all they need is just 2 balls in, which is very durable in this situation. They have a lot of control, especially on the left side of the map, and because of that are able to take a lot more of mid here and forcing Team Llamas to look left. The Reef Slider comes out, it's going to be forcing the bucket to move, and the bucket goes down. 2 down on the side of Llamas. Team Axolotls has the opportunity to play here. They can make a push. Unfortunately, they're going to be stopped by a strikes. Hammer is ready, and there it comes, along with the strikes.
Strikes coming out from the side of the Axolotls. All the Llamas are just pushed back into their court. The hammer is coming in to cause some chaos. It looks like the power comes to be coming through. They get the score in the final 10 seconds. They have all the clams they need. It's just the Tetras. They need to get the power clams in. 1, they need 3, they need 4 more. They're backing off. They have to get going because as this goal ends, it's going to shut off. The Reef Slider going in. They get picked off, and the Llamas are going to hold out here to get the win here in overtime.
Very close match from both teams. UNCG Axolotls, unfortunately, couldn't get that little bit of clams in that they needed there. At the end, they just were a tad bit off. All they needed was that extra 4 clams in, and they would have been able to get that. Unfortunately for them, Team Llamas had their specials ready and together to stop that at the end, and they just picked them off one by one. And they take the game for that.
Yeah, it was really unfortunate for the Axolotls. They had all the clams they need, but unfortunately they were all in the hands of the Tetras player, who used their Reef Slider to get in really well, but then because of how Reef Slider works, you drop all your clams, they didn't have anyone else around to pick them up, and they were staring down 3 people in the face, and they just made the wise decision to back up, but there just wasn't enough time in order for them to get the last couple of clams in they need. But still a very good start for them. They were able to get a couple of good pushes in. It's just the Llamas got one really big push in. And sometimes that's all you need in Clam Blitz. But we'll see if the Axolotls can come back here on Splat Zone's Umami.
Definitely. Especially in that game, the biggest player on Team Llamas was the bucket player being able to take advantage of not only their strikes, but the T-Tech strikes and just being a nuisance at all times. That was really good for them. Unfortunately for them, we'll be seeing Splat Zones on Umami, which really isn't too much of a bucket map. You can make it work pretty well. It is just a lot harder than compared to Inkblot.
Yeah, this map is going to be very important to get the top mid here, especially if their Charger player stays on Charger. If they can get them into top mid, they have it's really hard for the Axolotls to get back in because once a charger gets perched up or any backline gets perched up on top mid, they just have full range to see where the other team is dropping, whether it's from the left side, they go to the middle, they do the drop on right. It's very hard for them, and especially if they don't coordinate their specials on retake, you can get locked out very easily on this map. So it's going to be interesting to see if there is a lockout, who is doing it, and how well they are getting back in, because that's going to be the name of the game here.
Definitely. And putting on with that charger again, having that ZNF charger is really good on this map. The wall and strikes is an amazing kit, especially for the long sight lines this map has. Being able to just control zones by existing is really good, and being able to retake it with your strikes is just a tremendous upside to have, especially on a map like this.
Yeah, and as you say for zones, you want something to retake zones. Like you saw from the Axolotls, we saw Reef Slider from the side of the Llamas. We saw a couple strikes. Those are really important in zones games, but this one's a little harder because there's 2 zones on Omami, so you can't just reef cheese or whatever you want to do to cheese the zone back. You have to do a little more work than that. That gets half the work done, but you need a little more to get the other half done as we head into game 2 here.
Team Llamas pulling out a fairly similar comp. For Team Axolotls, we'll be seeing that Brella coming out. Very interesting pick, along with the Pro. You don't really see pros very often, especially not Borellas along with that. This comp is definitely one designed for a map like this. Booyah and Ink Strike's really good at holding, or Booyah and Inkjet being really good at holding and taking zone respectively.
Yeah, and you're gonna be watching the charger play on the final Llama, because there's really 2 places they're gonna be wanting to play from: that dome structure and top mid. And it's really good for Axolotls that they have a Booyah Bomb in order to clear out that zone area, and also here to cause armor. But it's not enough. The strikes just shred through it. Sorry, as I was getting back to it, the Jet's also very good at clearing out that dome and probably going a little bit further. But right now, the Llamas have taken the Axolotl back to their court, and this is where the lockout game's going to start, and we're going to see how well the Llamas are able to do it here against the Axolotls, and how well the Axolotls are going to push back in here.
Definitely. Tetris doing a great job at trading out the NSAP, stopping the cooler for just a little bit longer. Booyah coming out along with strikes. Inkjet's ready on the side of Axolotls. They get the bucket down. Inkstrike is coming out as they're looking to retake right here. The Reslider coming out, flipping zone. The Inkjet's over. Team Llamas is just taking back all the stuff that Axolotl just threw at them.
Yeah, and as I said earlier, that Reef Slider was good. It took one zone, but they weren't able to hit the other zone in time. And the Llamas are able to paint over that very quickly, make sure that they're not going to give the Axolotls a chance to get the other zone in order to take it back. And now the Axolotls will be really careful. They're 2 down with 30 seconds left on the Llamas clock. It's going to be very important for them to get their specials back very quickly. Strikes are coming up from the T-Tech. Unfortunately, just going to walk into the Slosher. And with 10 points left on the board, they're able to contest zone. They're pushing out the opponent's Slosher. They're painting zone, they're painting left zone, they got it, but they go 3 down! The Jet's out, but it's a little too late, as the Llamas are going to take game 2 here.
This bucket is insane right now. Being able to practically 2v1 and coming out on top, being able to back up, getting that extra chip damage off, allowing their teammate to get an easy triple kill on the end there. They are popping off right now.
Yeah, that bucket, as we can see here, they painted this block, got back onto the dome, and then the bucket has such long range enough to deal with the T-Tech. T-Tech's trying to pop strikes here to take it zone back. They get the Tetras because the Tetras got a little too close. They keep the T-Tech back long enough. T-Tech is able to get on them, but it's a little too late as they're just dodging and weaving. And then they're going to just come down with their shot and take out the 3 that were in zone. The Jet comes out, but also falls to the end zap. And that's going to end. Llamas again getting a KO here on Umami zone.
That is some expert, not only expert moving, but expert prediction in their weapon. That is so, you could tell that there was a lot of dedication put into that bucket player and their ability to know where their shots are going and where they have to be to hit those shots.
Yeah, but Colossal it's always been really good with that bombs that get to poke people that are still a little too far away for it to deal with, and the strikes. Again, just like a solid special, especially as we go into game three here on TC Mako. Strikes are one of the best specials for TC because they're just a tower clearer. Just throw them at tower, you will get enemies off of it. You'll make sure they can't get closer to it. Along with specials like the Booyah Bomb, as we saw with the Forge Pro, and other things like Kraken and Bubble. This is where the special games are gonna really ramp up here because there's so many specials uniquely designed to make your tower control life easier. And with 2 strikes from the side of the Llamas, it's gonna be up to the Axolotls to find specials that also are able to match the tri-strikes here.
Especially, along with that, the Slosher is really good on tower control and specifically Mako Mart in general, with its abundance of ledges and being able to sit under them with very little downside to doing so. It's an immense ability for the Bucket to have, and Team Axolotls is going to have to find something to deal with that.
Yeah, as you said, Bucket's really good on tower control. As they bring it back out, same comp from the Llamas. The Axolotls, it looks like a fairly similar comp there. Again, bring out the Sorella Brella. Get some Jet, that's also very good on this map. Tetra Dualies with the Reef Slider, Heavy Edit as their cooler weapon. They do have their own strikes from the T-Tech, but we're going to see which is better, 1 set of strikes or 2 set of strikes from the Llamas.
Shot taking an early position on right stack. Not going to be finding anyone, but not going down for what they did either. Continuing to harass up top right, forcing Team Axolotls to look at them. The Tetris are looking to engage them, but they go down to a well-placed suction bomb. They have Zuka ready, looking to make a play here. Bucket going up, they're going to force the ability for them to take tower here. Inkjet coming out, finding 2! And strikes are going to secure them at least the entirety of mid, if not tower.
Yeah, that Sorella Brella got a really good jet there. Some of their teams got pushed back really far by 2 of the members of the Llamas, but they're able to get 2 picks and able to stall from moving tower forward. Unfortunately now it's just the Heavy Edit on the side of the Axolotls. He pushed all the way back into that corner, all by his lonesome. And he's able to stay alive here. Bucket's trying to get some ledge picks here. And Edit goes down. T-Tech's trying to make something happen. The Llamas are going to take checkpoint 1. It looks like they're just going to keep going further and further here, Butters.
T-Tech trying their best to create a diversion. Fortunately for them, most of the team falls for it and they go down for that. But the Relic coming from behind, forcing 2 Team Llamas players to come back, but it doesn't matter to them. The strikes are giving them entry. They got past second checkpoint. What a snipe!
That's a really good snipe from the Splat Charger. They got the
Team
T-Tech on the
Llamas
top right.
Continue to ride. They're at the final checkpoint. It's broken.
The
KO!
The NCCS was able to just get on tower with his tactical cooler, dodge all the shots, get the KO here for the Llamas. Now the Llamas are up 3-0 against the Axolotls, who got a really good triple pick at the end, but the NCCS from the Llamas was like, no, we've come too far. We're not going all the way back. We're ending this now. Again, very good game for the Llamas, able to pick off all the Axolotls. The Axolotls were able to come back at some points with their jet and that triple kill at the end, but just not able to take enough advantage of it, and the Llamas are now up 3-0 against the Axolotls.
As I thought before, it was just the Bucket, but apparently it's the entire team. That flick on that sniper was amazing to watch, and the NCCS being able to just hold their own, dancing around that tower, getting themselves cooler just in case. They didn't even need it, though. Amazing showing from Team Llamas right now. Axolotls got to find a way to come back from this, as we're going on to my personal least favorite map, Rainmaker on Humpback Pump Track.
Now, why do you say that? I find this map very fun. This map is very swingy, very chaotic. You sometimes see 1 or 2 point victories. It's very common to have very swingy games. But I want to hear what's your beef with it.
As a person who plays backline, I don't really respect the humps of Humpback Pump Track. Makes it too inconsistent on what you can hit your shots and how all the angles, it ain't it. You know what? Maybe it for them, though, is the ability for their Bucket to play those exact things that I hate. Being able to play those weird ledges and just catch people off guard is exactly what the Bucket likes to see here. And that's what we're probably going to be seeing out of Llamas right here. We might be seeing a squeezer coming in here, as this map is pretty good for that squeezer, especially with that wall and after checkpoint 1. We might be seeing that come out for that.
Yeah, and as you said earlier, buckets just in general very good on this map. They're able to hit over ledges, as we saw the bucket do, passing checkpoint 1 of TC Mako. But also really good on this map are rollers and wiper and splatanas, because again, the same thing. Rollers are able to hit over those ledges, either with horizontal or vertical flicks, and then splatanas again. How many times have you been upset because splatana vertical flicked you when they weren't even on your level? They were just able to barely clip you and with the Oko. So it's going to be very interesting to see if there's going to be any team changes on the side of Axolotls. I'm not expecting any on the side of Llamas. They've been pretty consistent with their picks so far. The Llamas are going to have to make something big happen in order to get the reverse sweep here and win the set over the Llamas.
We'll be seeing a ballpoint coming in instead of the ZNF Charger. A Wiper will be coming in on the side of Axolotls, along with that Tetris staying in. This might be the play for them. They are going coolerless, but I don't think they will be looking to lose.
Yeah, and we see the backline change here for Llamas. It's very smart. Ballpoint's probably one of the best backlines you can get on this map. Because Inkjet's also very good. You're able to just fly over the walls that drops on this map. Able to pick us really far into the enemy's spawn or fort. And now the Llamas are going to be taking up the Rainmaker first, pushing it all the way to right check. The Booyah Bomb's going to come out for the Axolotls, but not able to stop the checkpoint break here from the Llamas. They get the shield break. The Llamas are going to look to get another push going, but it looks like it can be stopped by the Forge Pro. I don't know if Llamas are going to be able to get any further than the first checkpoint here.
Frela fighting the bucket and the shot as they are looking to get away with their lives. Not likely right now, as for they go down to the shot. The Wiper looking to try and help them, but unfortunately nothing could come of that. The Tetras right here are looking for that leaf slider to come in and use it. There it comes, trying to hit the Rainmaker. Fortunately for them, the Rainmaker gets away just in time. The rest of Team Axolotls are forced to back up. One comes in the mid, trying to get that Rainmaker. Booyah Bombs forced out of them as they try and get themselves out of this situation they've put themselves in.
The Rainmaker doesn't know which way to go right now. They sense danger from every direction. Try moving towards the right face and decides no to come. Going back all the way towards their checkpoints. A very bold move. If he gets picked and they're able to pick it up, Axolotls can get a goal here. The Jet's coming out. The Auto Bomb's coming to say hi. Gets the pick to the Rainmaker. And now with 4 up from the Axolotls, they do have to come all the way around to get the Rainmaker. The Reef Slider comes out, gets the pick on the 10 attack. Is this going to be the chance for the Axolotls to get the checkpoint? Yes, it will, with the Llamas bring it all the way back to their checkpoint. The Axolotls are going to be able to get first check here. But is it going to be able to get this any further? Because now strikes are coming off the Llamas as this contested pop comes out. It's just trying to get the pop. I don't know if they're going to be able to do it here, Butters.
No, they are not, as Team Llamas will be getting that pop. Bucket doing their best job at trying to get the rest of Team Axolotls into a bad position. Unfortunately for them, a well-placed torpedo will be taking them out. Booyah Bomb forcing the Rainmaker and the ballpoint to back up. Team Axolotls got that inkjet ready as they throw it out, looking to help this Wiper get in there with the hammer as it comes out. They've got an opportunity right here to make big plays, trying to get that ballpoint. Unfortunately for them, they're not able to get them, and they go down.
Yeah, I think the Llamas were waiting for the moment where the hammer comes out because they realized the Wiper's not going to be looking at us from the direction we want to go. Let's take the opportunity while they're going around to get as many points as possible. Unfortunately, the Axolotls were able to stop them before they got too many points on the board. But now the Axolotls are slowly pushing right, and there's no paint over there, so they're just going very slowly. The Rainmaker again just trying to dodge all the shots, not able to do it. Llamas hit the pick here, but the Axolotls still have the man advantage. Booyah Bomb's going to come out on the Forge. Strike the mid. Gets the pick on the ballpoint, but again, there is a shot watching all those jumps, hitting 2, maybe even 3 picks, and the Llamas again stopping this Axolotls push in its tracks.
Minute 30 is left on that clock. We have 2 specials on the side of Llamas ready. The inkjet comes. The strikes come out. The double kill from the Trizuka. It is desperation time for Team Axolotls. They are just getting pushed back further into the base. The Rainmaker brings it to 6. 2 down on the side of Axolotls, so as they're off spawn, they get the Rainmaker popped by Llamas, and that's a KO!
That is the set for the Llamas, 4-0 over the Axolotls. They were waiting for those moments. The Wipers and the Wiper and the Tetra were not able to stop that push. Llamas wins the set 4-0 over the Axolotls. And what a great win for them, going 2-0 in the Division 6, in their group in Division 6.
Team Llamas doing a great showing today. Single one of them had a very great pop-off moment. The bucket on Inkblot and Uami, and then the shot on that Rainmaker match right there. And in my opinion, the charger on the Inkblot tower map. Great showing from Team Llamas, and honestly a great showing from Axolotls. They have a bit to work on, but it's definitely not completely over for them. And there is very clear improvement, and honestly, they've got some pretty good comps that they can work around.
Yeah, and as we head into this play all 7 format, we're going to play all 7 games, get a little bit of extra screen time for these teams. But as you said, the Axolotls did not go down easily. Their first game and their game there was really close until the point where the Llamas were able to KO on Rainmaker Humpback. But they were really close to taking lead at some points during that game. The first game was just very close overall in general, only 10 points away from getting the win there on Clan Blitz Inkblot. But yeah, it will be very interesting to see if the Axolotls can, it's like, yeah, we may have lost these games, but we're going to prove that we didn't just lie down and take it. We're going to prove that, hey, we may have lost, but we're going to show you all that we can do in these last 3 games. So let's see how they're able to do as we go into this play all 7 format here.
Definitely. Especially coming into Clan Blitz on Museum del Alvino. We'll be seeing some interesting stuff coming from the Axolotls. As we saw on Inkblot, they've got themselves a very aggressive comp, being able to quickly take space, which is really good in Clan Blitz with that hammer and that Reef Slider on their team that are great entry specials for a mode like Clan Blitz.
Yeah, and from the side of Llamas, if they bring back out their Charger player, especially if I don't know if they will bring an E-Leader here, but E-Leader's very deadly on Museum because I'm pretty sure they can still shoot clear across the map to hit people on the other plat. And even still, if you get an E-Leader on top, on like the mid spinner, they have so much range they can play with and so little ways for people to blindside them if they're able to keep their communications up. So we're gonna see if the Llamas Charger player is able to stay cool on either the ballpoint or the Z and Dev. The Axolotls are gonna use their Reef Sliders and their hammers in order to get the pushes here on Clan Blitz Museum.
Definitely. And for Museum specifically, the new custom E-Leader is really good. Having that beacons and that Kraken, we might see that coming out on the side of Llamas. I don't believe we will, but it would be a great, interesting mix-up pick to pick in this scenario.
Yeah, the Sea Leader, yeah, as you said, very good here. Kraken Cheese. It's always something you gotta take into factor when going into Clan Blitz. Everyone, rolls their eyes at it, gets a little upset at it, but it is a valid tactic. It is a good tactic if you're trying to end the game because, if you overtime and you just sneak a Kraken in and are able to get a ball in, it doesn't really matter how much ink the enemy has, as long as you're able to get 1 power climb in overtime. That's all you need to end the game, especially if you're on the winning team or even on the enemy team. So many games have been decided by that since Kraken's been added, and we'll see if the Llamas are going to bring that out here for Game 5 here.
Definitely. As Kraken itself, even if you don't go for cheese, it's such a great entry tool. Being able to tank for another person or just forcing the enemy team to constantly think about instantly dying to one of your charge shots is just a great special and great ability to have. It's kind of like a permanent ink strike that's just constantly targeting you.
Yeah. And it looks like the Axolotls are really thinking about what they want their comp to be. I wonder if they're thinking, we can have a little more fun with this. We can be a little more weird, goofy with our comps as we head into Game 5 here. So it's going to be very interesting to see, if the Llamas were able to change up their comp, if the Axolotls change up their comp. From the side of Llamas, They're bringing out the pencil, the ink. Here we go. This is what I came to see. And dualies from the side of the Axolotls. I knew they were cooking up something weird, something goofy. Two triple splash down, and I am very excited to see an ink brush as an ink brush being myself from the side of the Llamas.
As Team Axolotls are doing what dualies do best and quickly take space. Unfortunately for them, one of the custom dualies are going down. Another one's rushing in. They're pretty close to their triple splashdown. The dualie Squelcher is going down to the brush at the beginning. Cooler is ready on the side of Team Axolotls. They're throwing it down, looking to get some entry kills in here. One of the custom dualies goes down. Brush doing brush things, brushing around. And they're going to get themselves into a fight and quickly out of one.
Yeah, it looks like they're trying to find any space they can to make the power clam go, but the dualie Squelcher is able to pick them off. Very, very interesting trying to push against the dualie Squelcher's ink brush. You don't have a lot of range, so you gotta play sneaky, you gotta play like an assassin. You gotta drop on people, not like a carbon in a sense where you can one people, but just use your mobility to your greatest advantage. You have so much speed you can do out of the ink. And it looks like the Llamas are now slowly pushing forward here. They have so many clams, they get a wipeout! And the Llamas are going to start their push off really good against the Axolotls here, who are going to need to use the special game in order to get them out of there.
Great, coming up in the brush as they're looking to get in there and just cause as much disruption as they possibly can, getting two before going down. Zuka's ready on the side of the Llamas as the pencil gets one of them. Clams are looking to funnel back into that as they are already at 23 remaining. They've got 4 more clams in their possession, looking to score those. Dualies have dropped, the dualie Squelchers have dropped it into mid, looking to take people out as they're going for shot. Or they're looking to get a power clam together.
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work. I don't know if it's gonna work right now. There's not enough time. They're not able to finish off the push, but the Axolotls don't look like they have the power clam anymore. Or got lost there because they were going a little too quick. But now they got another one going. And the Llamas, again, get a very good push, getting it all the way down to 11. As the Axolotls now are going to use their dualie rolls in order to try and get back in here. Unfortunately, one goes down. The pencil is pressuring this end parries over here. The Llamas already have 2 power slams again, so they are ready to make another push. Triple splash comes out, gets 1, but I think the wave breaker there was able to get the pick on them. And now 3 down again for the side of the Axolotls.
Team Axolotls looking to play defensive right here as Team Llamas has 2 clams, which will just barely not get them out of the penalty points that they have, as specials are coming out on the side of the Llamas, not going to be finding anyone and allowing the rest of Axolotls to come back in. The dualies are looking to make a sneaky play and maybe get a sneaky clam in here. But
speaking of sneaky, look at that ink brush all the way over there with 7 clams. They're able to shark on that block for so long. Unfortunately, the rest of their team gets taken out. And they're not quite able to get out. But the Dread D is coming in. Both the dualies trying to get them. Not able to. They miss the shot. The ink brush dies. The Dread D's still in there trying to get off for every inch of life they can get. Almost get the jump out, but the Axolotls are able to take him out before they're able to get out of there.
Team Axolotl doing their best to try and take their plat back as they're getting their paint on that ground. Beacon set back up, looking to get that cooler together. Triple splash on coming out, finding no one, but getting the pencil indirectly with that extra chip damage. Ray is coming out as there isn't going to be finding anyone, but causing the rest of Axolotls to disperse. They have the opportunity to take their plat here. They're just looking for that extra special, maybe that splashdown to get someone. Dualies fighting the brush, getting them as both teams are 1 down.
Yeah. Now the Llamas are able to take the Axolotls 2 down. Axolotls still have a power clam. They're trying to keep man advantage the same here. 3v3, 4v3 now as the Dapples comes back. And again, now the real question is, how are you going to get past this pencil? Because the pencil is one of the most dominant weapons in the meta right now. And they, again, can take up so much space so quickly on this map. As Axolotls goes 3 down again, it's just the Empire isn't doing. They're able to get their power clam out. They're able to keep it though as they get converged on. And the Llamas are now getting another push going. Pencil on top mid. Dread slipping through, going up top. Funking the power clam. Zuka is ready. Whales are going to come up for the Llamas. And this looks like they're going to try. I don't know what's going to happen first. They end the game with a possible knockout, or the time is going to run out here.
As the Llamas are just 1 clam away, and they missed 2. and finally get that final clam in.
Yeah, the Axolotls definitely are showing a little bit more of a goofy side with that quadruple release play. But the Llamas being like, okay, we see what you're doing. We're gonna do our normal thing. They brought out, they finally brought out their ink brush. They brought out the Dread D. They brought out the pencil. They brought out a lot of new weapons. But it looks like for the Llamas, it just went a little better than it did for the Axolotls.
As for definitely a very interesting play coming from Axolotls, deciding to go all dualies with two triple splashdown dualies. They're looking to have a good time right now. They know that they've already played their games, and unfortunately for them, they went 0-4 or 0-4. But they're taking it on. They're taking it lightly, and they're coming in here looking to try out some stuff and have just a bit of fun with this final match.
And, and I mean, that's a great way to take it. It's like, hey, we've lost. We're gonna have a little bit. We're gonna have fun with it. We're gonna have a little lighthearted banner. I will say one of my favorite things I've seen from people that have been in that position. If they bring out something like quadruple of one weapon, maybe quadruple. It's always weird. The weapon I always see when people decide let's all go for the same weapon is Blobber. Especially here on Splat Zone's ship shape, that might not be the worst idea, because Blob is really good at painting, really good at poking over those ledges with all the blobs it lobs, with the sprinklers and the ink storms, and even if they go blob deco, some line markers and some krakens. But we're gonna see if the Axolotls are gonna stay on their goofy train and the Llamas are gonna join them, or if we're gonna have a little more intense action here going into Game 6.
Definitely coming on into ship-shaped cargo on Splat Zones. A very interesting map overall. It's one of the few maps that the zone is beneath or far below something. Specifically with this one, the overhang is very important to take control of, as it allows for very quick rotations into the enemy's base, then into in front of the zone, and being able to hold that is very important.
I was gonna say, as you say, it's another kind of in my opinion, it's another kind of lockout stage. If you get control of the top areas on the left and the right, it's very important and very devastating for the team that's on the back foot here, because you're gonna have to put all your specials into getting the people up top, all the people trying to pick you off from going from the left and the right. And especially as we see from the Llamas, they have that pencil, they have that anchor backline player who's able to really take advantage of the space they're able to get from their frontliners. So it's going to be very interesting to see what weapon they bring, and if the Axolotls can take top mid before they get set up here.
Definitely coming into this, it'll be interesting to see what Axolotls decide to cook up this time, and if Llamas will be joining them or continuing to play their same comps they have been playing.
Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of deliberation going on, because we're 15 seconds away from the start of the match. Only two people have readied up. Oh, sorry, only one person has readied up from the Axolotls. And it looks like they took some time deciding what they're gonna do. So it's gonna be very interesting to see what kind of weapon comps come out here as we head into Game 6 here on Ship Shape Cargo Co.
Coming into this match, we're going to be seeing a fairly comp that we've been seeing this entire run coming out from Team Llamas. Sorry, I got a bit distracted by the quad wave breaker from Team Axolotl. That took me off by my god.
The double torpedo.
The double torpedo. As the unfortunate bomb placement takes out one of the C Juniors. Luckily for Team Axolotl, there's another one to continue throwing it. As we see the wave breakers coming out on zone, they're going to be quickly destroyed, but that double wave breaker action definitely is something to watch out for.
The Llamas are going to play some double Dutch. This is like that one level in the single player mode when you just have a bunch of wave breakers you have to try and jump over. That's what Axolotls is just having to do here, and they're like, you are going to be knowing what we are all the time, because they have 2 tracking subs and 4 tracking specials, as we see. And it looks like they have all 4. Oh, please all pop it at the same time. Range Blaster goes down the left hit here. One is able to go out. One is marked on the side of the Llamas. It looks like the Llamas are just trying to get this knockout very quickly here. The C Junior comes up, gets the pick on the slosher. He gets another pick. The C Junior is going to try and take zone all by himself. That's taken out by the shot, by Raze on the shot. And it looks like the Duelist Vultures and the Range Blaster are able to take the zone. The Llamas are not going to get a very quick knockout here. The Axolotls have something to say with this quad Wavebreaker comp, and they're going to be looking to push this lead, this score further.
The Tryzuka coming out on the side of Llamas, though 2 down on the side of Axolotls, as they are going to be jumping back. Waker on that zone, not really going to get too much done, but causing the Llamas to look at it for a bit. One of the juniors going down along with the Dualies, as Team Llamas are looking to take even more of the base that they already have.
Yeah. You see again, Axolotls have 2 wave breakers up. One goes down. Will they get another one? Yes, they do. We have 2 wave breakers. Let's play some double dutch here. As they're just trying to keep zone. Again, the Llamas go down, and the Sea Junior is able to go in, try and get these picks. It's not gonna work here. 10 seconds left. Are they gonna? No, they go down to a bomb. Oh no. And the Llamas are gonna get past their penalty. This last C Junior gonna go down. The other C Junior trying to reclaim his brethren. Not enough. Llamas score 6-0 over Axolotls after their quad Wavebreaker combat. And sadly also did not work.
Honestly, I think in my opinion, the only issue that they had is they didn't get enough wave breakers out. There was, in my opinion, a distinct lack of wave breakers. But that's just my opinion on the situation right now. Both teams doing a great job right there, especially with Team Axolotl being able to get so much paint on the ground with those C Juniors doing a great job at throwing out those torpedoes and playing around them. And when they got those wave breakers together, they really did play around them and force the enemy team either to break that wave breaker or just take a fight with having to jump.
Yeah, in a way, in a way, the wave breaker can also be used as a little bit of shield. It does have hit points, and it does block enemy fire, as well as just causing a lot of annoying things for you to have to do to jump around. And it wasn't like the Axolotls just like rolled over and stuff. They got support on the board with their C Junior. One of their C Juniors and their Range Blaster able to take zone away from the Llamas, getting them 3 down. But the Llamas were like, okay, we see how this works. We see what's happening here. We're gonna take back zone, and the Axolotls almost got it back a second time at the very end, but the Llamas again were just like, no, we're not letting this happen. We don't want to deal with knowing where we are at all times. And I'm very interested to see from this final map on Tower Control Surgeon, what are they gonna bring out now? They've gone quad duelies, they've gone quad wavebreaker. It's time to see what other quad they're able to pull out here to give us an entertaining show.
Or honestly, I think what might be the most funny is if they just do a normal comp at this point. It might be a great mix-up for them. Just after 2 matches of messing around, they just come together and play a normal comp for them and take a single game off of it just to end the round.
They channel the spirit of jackpot, become the best players in the world, and completely steamroll the Llamas. This is it. This is the long con. They are ready to take back the game in a very convincing fashion. Axolotls, as they are very thinking about what they should do, as they are readying up, getting in for this final game here on Tower Control Sturgeon Shipyard. This Tower Control is a lot like Ship Shape. You have 2 checkpoints that are very important. And after the second checkpoint, this can really snowball into things. If the bucket stays ready, again, very good at getting those ledges, especially at second checkpoint. Hitting the people up high on the snipe, on the grates. It's going to be very interesting to see if the Llamas are going to stay with their regular normal comp, and how the Axolotls are going to treat this final game here as we head into our final game of this very, very entertaining set.
Definitely, as we get onto our match right now, some deliberation had come from Team Axolotls as they were finally figuring out what's going to get them the victory right now. And it's going to be quad arrow spray, baby! Yes! That's what we like to see!
Oh, look at that! Look at Marmar with the triple special charge. This is going to be very entertaining. All right, let's see how many booyahs they're able to get. That's going to be the main question. Place your bets right now. How many booyahs will the Axolotls get? They get 1 going already, and It looks like Llamas again, it will take space. But again, the Axolotls have so much paint power, but they have no range to work with. They only have the power of the Booyah. So it's going to be very interesting to see how well they're able to utilize it here. Booyah Bomb is also really good on power control. They're able to, it's going to be very annoying for the Llamas to overcome.
The Aerosprays throwing out their Booyah Bomb, throwing out their sprinklers, just getting that paint everywhere, forcing the other team to respect the paint that they have as they are just popping special after special. Trizuka tries to come out, can't do much as the Zukas just come out and hit them, the tower, hard, forcing them to back up.
And it looks like Axolotls trying to get on the board here with the Booyah Bomb here. It's taken out by the Charger, by the Slosher. We're trying really hard to get going, but this is going to be very interesting. If they're able to get a chain of Booyah Bombs to always protect the personal tower, that'll be the best sight to see, because that just means you cannot see where you're shooting, your bombs are going to get shredded. But Llamas have made the first checkpoint now. There's only 2 Aerosprays up on the side of the Axolotls. You get 1 Booyah Bomb ready, but Llamas have already taken first checkpoint, and they're going to be looking for a whole lot more here.
As Team Llamas get past that first checkpoint, Booyah Bombs are obviously coming out from the side of Team Axolotl. Strikes, Booyahs, everything. You just can't see what's going on during this match as the Booyah Bombs are coming out. Another one is ready and being used as there comes another one, as they say.
Another one, and another one, and another one, and it just don't stop until the match is over. 2 picks with that Booyah Bomb though, and Axolotl is going to take away the tower push from the Llamas, and it looks like they're going to be trying to get this tower back to mid, but there's 2 members, the Zap and the Shot, still in the base. They're able to push back the other Aerosprays with 2v1 on the side of Llamas. It looks like the NF is going to get next to tower. Not quite sure whether they get on right now. Waiting for the rest of their team before they get on. And again, another Booyah Bomb coming out here from the side of Axolotl. There's just so much. There's so many Spirit Bombs happening. This is what Toriyama visioned when he made Dragon Ball and that Spirit Bomb all those years ago. Just 20 Booyah Bombs coming down. And Axolotl's just trying to make sure that the Llamas don't get past their second checkpoint here.
Trizuka and Strikes coming out, trying to stop the Booyah Bomb insanity. 3 down on the side of Axolotls. It isn't looking good for the Booyah Brigade as they are going to get KO'd.
Press down to Booyah.
Team NCCS Llamas will be taking our set today, bringing the final score to a 7-0. Great showing from both teams. Axolotl doing a great job at keeping us entertained going into those final matches.
Everyone press down Booyah right now. Pay respects to the Booyah Brigade. And Llamas again with a very, very good win here over the Axolotls. They are looking like the team to be in their group. And it looks like they are going to start the season off 2-0, and they have 2 more games to play before playoffs. Looks like they're making a very strong effort to make sure, hey, we're going to be contenders for this Div 6 championship. They still have 2 more games to play against CLUB Blue and Octos and Squids United. And it looks like they're looking very fortunate. And the Axolotls, again, very good showing here, very fun showing here. They're going to 0-2 right now in the season, but still going to play their hearts out as they have to go against Gluga Guga and also Octos and Squids in the coming weeks.
Be very interesting to see how they play in these coming weeks, and NCCS Llamas are definitely in contending to take home that #1 title. They've shown themselves to be very strong in the first 2 matches that they've played, and I don't foresee them stopping anytime soon. For Team Axolotls, they've got some work to do, but it's not too far out of the question.
And it looks like if you guess the number 13 for how many Booyahs Axolotls were able to get, that is the closest one as we see on the screen. DRF is able to show us 13 total Booyahs from the side of the Axolotls. Still not enough in order to stop the Llamas, who are just wading through all the seas of ink and all the giant bombs. Not enough to stop them. The Llamas are on a tear, and they are going to make sure that the entire division is on notice heading into week 3.
Definitely. It'll be very interesting to see how these teams will do in their upcoming matches. But for now, that's been today's match. We've got one more after this, so stay tuned. But for us streamers, would you like to? Do you have anything you want to plug? Anything you do?
Yeah. Again, I am Lagoon. You can find me on Lagging Lagoon at most social media sites: Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok. Yeah, Splatoon. Catch my stream for some gameplay of Titans of Alternate Orange. We're looking good so far in Division 2. But as I see that, we see another a Division 2 match happening right after this, with yet another University of North Carolina Greensboro team, 3 in a row for their teams, and it's gonna be the Shark Attack versus the Husky Splatsville Knights to regain the honor of the Bonefish and the Axolotls.
Be very interesting. They've got the entirety of the 0-3 curse on their back right now. I've got some good faith in them personally, but we'll only see when the match comes to play. Thank you all so much for letting us speak wonderful words. I've been Butters. You can't find me anywhere. I'll see you later.